Here we go. Enemy territory up ahead. Feature in 60 seconds. Comanche, Dagger 1, picture.
Comanche, picture clean. Decision is yours.
Copy. Second attack.
Never. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit, you'll want to go home. Just never quit. I've seen so many brilliant people. They gave up in life. I've seen others who really didn't have that talent or that ability, and they're among the most successful people today in the world because they never quit and they never gave up. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit, you'll want to go home. Just never quit. I've seen so many brilliant people. They gave up in life. I've seen others who really didn't have that talent or that ability, and they're among the most successful people today in the world because they never quit and they never gave up. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit, you'll want to go home. Just never quit. I've seen so many brilliant people, they gave up in life. I've seen others who really didn't have that talent or that ability.
Became a target that could be shot at any time. After the performance, my social media accounts were flooded with overwhelming malice. Some words were ice cold and carried threatening undertones, making me seriously realize for the first time outside the stage, I also need to protect myself. Clearing my account wasn't impulsive. It was an act of self-preservation I felt forced into. I deleted rehearsal and behind-the-scenes content because any detail could be magnified, twisted, or even turned into a weapon against me. I shut down interactions not to escape voices, but to refuse to let hatred keep draining me. To be honest, I'm not afraid to express myself, but I'm not made of steel either. I had to take a step back and let the storm settle. This isn't about bowing to anyone. It's about reminding myself that while the stage belongs to me, safety matters too. I'm still standing here. I haven't gone silent and I won't be pushed away. I'll keep singing, expressing myself, and standing in the light because what brought me this far was never just applause. Long live Puerto Rico. The moment the Super Bowl ended, I became a target that could be shot at any time. After the performance, my social media accounts were flooded with overwhelming malice. Some words were ice cold and carried threatening undertones, making me seriously
I wanted to come on and just share a few thoughts as we enter into another week of this nightmare. I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much for all of the prayers and the love that we have felt, my sister and brother and I, and that our mom has felt. Because we believe that somehow, some way, she is feeling these prayers and that God is lifting her even in this moment and in this darkest place. We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement
Good morning, Black Hat. Good morning, Black Hat. Black Hat, God bless you. God bless your family. Black Hat, give my regards to Mrs. Black Hat. And as always, Black Hat, God bless your dear son. God bless your dear son. And may he return safe, mental and physical. So special blessings, Black Hat, for you and your family, but especially your dear son. May God return your son safe and sound. Amen. Let me welcome Cheech, the great and almighty Cheech. Cheech, as always, God bless you and God bless your family. God bless you and God bless your family, Cheech. God bless you. And as always, God bless everyone. God bless everyone on YouTube. Without exception. Without exception. Today is Saturday. Today it is a family day. Back when I was a kid, it was a day to go to the supermarket in the morning. Every Saturday, we used to go to the supermarket at 7 a.m. in the morning to do our weekly shopping. Check this out, everyone. Check this out. Back then, I am talking the early 60s. Listen to this one. Back then, with $20, you bought your groceries for the whole week. Imagine that. With a $20 bill. I am talking about the early 60s. You can go to the supermarket with a $20 bill and buy groceries for the entire week. That is incredible. That is unbelievable. But that is the way it was. We used to shop at AMP, the great AMP chain. If I am not mistaken, it does not exist anymore. The great AMP chain. Imagine $20. Today you cannot buy nothing. If you take $20 with you, what can you buy? Maybe a container of milk, a loaf of bread, and if you're lucky, eggs. That's it. Imagine that. Bread, milk, and eggs. That will run you around $20. Let me tell you, supermarket prices are very high, and they're not coming down. They're not coming down. And why? Why are they not coming down? Because the employees of the supermarket, they are earning now from $10 to $15 an hour. Imagine that. A supermarket employee. But that is the way it is. That is the way it is now. Check this out, a little humor. Back then, if you wanted to earn $10 to $15 an hour, you had to go to medical school or become a lawyer. Just a little humor. It is humor, but with a teaching. Now, you work at a supermarket and you will be earning from $10 to $15. And soon, the employees of the supermarket will be demanding a six-figure salary. What will we do then? What will we do? What will we do then? Sir, how much is that pork chop? How much is that pork chop? I am sorry, $100 a pound. A little humor, everyone, but that is the way it is. The supermarket prices, they are not going down ever because the employees, they are earning over 10, 15. There are many that even earn $20 an hour. That is the way it is. That is the way it is. Okay, everyone. Hold on, everyone. Again, Black Hat Music, God bless you, and Cheech, God bless you. And again, God bless everyone on YouTube. Everyone, without exception. And God bless everyone that is outside of the chat. God bless everyone outside of the chat. Blessed Saturday, blessed Saturday. Hold on, everyone, hold on. It is now exactly the time in Puerto Rico is 6:34. 6:34 in the beautiful morning of Puerto Rico. It is a cool 70. It is a cool 70. And the sun is coming up. It's going to be a sunny day, but a cool day. But at midday, always 80 or 90. But right now, it is a cool 70. It is now on the East Coast. It is now on the East Coast, 5:34 in the morning. 5:34 in the morning and 6:34 in Puerto Rico. We are on schedule. As always, God bless Miss Angel Gotti. God bless Miss Angel Gotti. Miss Angel will return Sunday night. Miss Angel will return tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Everyone, please sub and support and become a member of Miss Angel. Miss Angel, rest up and God bless you. And as always, we give you a big hug. Special blessings and prayers. Special blessings and prayers for Mrs. Carol Mahale. Sadly, Miss Carol lost her husband on Wednesday night. Sadly, Miss Carol's dear husband of over 30 years passed away Wednesday night. So everyone, please, prayers and blessings for Miss Carol and her family. Prayers and blessings for Miss Carol Mahale and our complete support to our dear Miss Carol Mahale. Miss Carol, God bless you, and please count with our support and prayers. So God bless Miss Carol Mahale, and God bless the memory of her dear husband. And I must repeat it again to Mrs. Carol and to everyone. Your loved ones that pass away, let me rephrase that. Our loved ones that pass away, their body dies, but their spirit is eternal. Their spirit is with us always. So I tell Miss Carol, the body of your dear husband passed away, but his soul, his spirit is with you always. And he is with you now. He is with you now. And now he belongs truly. He now belongs truly to God. So God bless you, Miss Carol. God bless you. The same thing that I told Miss Carol, that is for all of us. The body dies, but the spirit, the soul, is eternal. Never forget it. Never forget it. And I want to add this. This is for everyone on YouTube. This is for everyone on YouTube. Hold on. Let me welcome Don Keatic. Don Keatic. Let me repeat it again. Don Keatic. Don Keatic, God bless you. God bless your family. And we give you a big hug, Don Keatic. We give you a big hug. And Don Keatic, Black Hat and Cheech, thank you always for helping and visiting Uncle Edwin. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Don Keatic, God bless you. God bless you, Don Keatic. Hold on, everyone. This is for everyone. This is for everyone. Respect the dead. I have repeated it. I have repeated it many times. They are individuals. They are individuals on YouTube that have no respect for the dead. You cannot mock the dead. You cannot make fun of the dead. You cannot condemn the dead. You cannot insult the dead. And you cannot threaten the dead. It will come back. It will bite you back. It will bite you back. Respect the dead. Do not mock the dead. Death is not a joking matter. Death is not a joking matter. Let me repeat it, and please forgive me that I am repetitive. But here on YouTube, with the ignorance, with the lack of education, let me repeat it. Here on YouTube, with the lack of education, we must repeat things many times. And plus, there are many individuals that think that YouTube is a joke. They think that YouTube is a joke. They think that you can do anything you want. No, you cannot do anything you want. Those that think that you can do anything you want and that you can say anything that enters your ignorant brain, the consequences will be very serious. The consequences will be very serious. It is time for many individuals to take YouTube serious, or else it will bite you back. Sooner or later, it will bite you back. Your channel will go down. Your channel will go down. You will be banned sooner or later from YouTube. You will end up in some criminal or civil case that you will not get out of. Many of you will end up in prison again or for the first time. And many of you will end up in the cemetery before your time. I repeat it every day, and I will keep on repeating it every day. Again, death. Death is to be taken seriously. You do not play around with death. You do not joke around with death. If a person passes away, it doesn't matter who it is. Once the person passes away, you must have respect. You must respect the dead. You must respect the dead. Do not play around with the dead. Do not play around with the dead. You do not play around with that. It is like the voodoo. It is like the voodoo. You do not play around with voodoo. It will get you every time. Those that like to play around with voodoo, it will get you. Check this out. I have heard the stupidest comment. The voodoo dolls seem to be working. You see a person, listen carefully. People, individuals that make that kind of comment, that is a demon making that comment. That is a demon. If you hear someone say, listen carefully, if you hear someone say, them voodoo dolls, they are having their effect, that is a demon. That is a demon. And again, let me repeat it. If you play around with voodoo dolls, it is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. You are going to get bitten. And your screams will be heard. You see, they are things that you do not do. You do not play around with voodoo, and you do not play around with death. And they are other things. But I want to be clear. If you think that death, if you think that voodoo is a joke, you are a demon. You are a demonic demon. And that is the way it is. And it is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time that God will knock at your door. And that is the way it is. That is the way it is. And again, I must repeat this. Those that think that this is a joke, your channel, sooner or later, will come down. Sooner or later, you will be banned from YouTube. You will end up in some criminal or civil case. You will return to prison again or for the first time. And sadly, some of you will end up in the cemetery before your time. And that is the way it is. That is your destiny. That is your destiny. Hold on, everyone. Okay, the three videos that you saw, Charlie Kirk, Miss Savannah Gundry, and Bad Bunny. Again, we enter into the 14th day. We enter into the 14th day. Miss Nancy Gundry is still missing. She is kidnapped. What is going on? What is going on with our law enforcement in Arizona? What is going on in Arizona with our law enforcement? It is unacceptable. Being that I have followed the case closely on television, it is my opinion, the sheriff, I am sorry, you're fired. You're fired. You are not effective. You have, in 14 days, you have not accomplished nothing. There are no excuses. You are fired. Imagine 14 days. He is in charge. He is in charge of the investigation. He has not achieved nothing. So I tell him, you are fired. He must be fired. He must be replaced. 14 days. And nothing. That is unacceptable. We pray to God. We pray to God for a miracle. We hope and pray that Miss Nancy Gentry is still alive. But only God knows. But only God knows. We trust in God. We trust in God. So God bless the Gentry family. Charlie Kirk, the Charlie Kirk video. We must never forget. We must never forget what happened to Charlie. He was assassinated because of his political beliefs. He was assassinated because he had the power, the charisma to achieve becoming president of the United States of America. It is my opinion this young man could have been president. He had the personality, the charisma, and the intelligence. And he was a firm believer in God and in traditional conservative values. What a shame. What a shame. We lost a good young man. We lost a good young man. We must never forget Charlie Kirk. We must never forget Charlie Kirk. It can happen again. It can happen again to anyone. So let us pray. Let us pray for the soul of Charlie Kirk and for his family. And let us not forget what happened to Charlie Kirk. Bad Bunny, the Bad Bunny video. The Bad Bunny video. And I must say this again, and I will repeat this. You have the right to like or dislike Bad Bunny. Let me repeat it. You have the right to like or dislike Bad Bunny. But you have no right to conspire and to try to murder and assassinate Bad Bunny. That is unacceptable. Let me repeat it again. Everyone, you have the right to like or dislike Bad Bunny's music. You have the right to like or dislike Bad Bunny's music. You have that right. You have the right to like or dislike him as a person. But you have no right. You have no right to try to assassinate him or to conspire to murder him. That is unacceptable. That is demonic. And that is a serious felony. That is a serious felony. And he is just a musical artist. He is just a musical artist. You have the right to like or dislike, but to try to kill him because you do not like the way he sings, or because he sings in Spanish, or you do not agree with his political beliefs, you have no right to take his life. So God bless Bad Bunny. God bless Bad Bunny, and may God protect him. May God protect him of all evil. May God protect him of the racists. And again, let me repeat this. Racism. Racism is alive and well in our nation. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. And here on YouTube, we have racists by the dozens. Let me repeat it. Here on YouTube, we have racists by the dozens. And we are in 2026. And our nation, that is a cancer. That is a cancer that has That is the cancer that our nation has. So God bless Bad Bunny. God bless Bad Bunny. Hold on, everyone. Okay, everyone, hold on. What is the topic? What is the topic this morning? It is now, I am on schedule. I am on perfect schedule. What is the topic this morning? What is the main topic this morning? It is now exactly 6:53 in Puerto Rico and 5:53 on the East Coast. The topic this morning is our dear and honorable Attorney General of the United States of America, Mrs. Pam Bondi. Mrs. Pam Bondi. She is our Attorney General. She was appointed by the President, our President Donald Trump, and listen to this one, and she was approved by the Senate and the House. For those that do not know, when the President appoints an Attorney General, the Attorney General must be approved by the Senate and the House. Our Senate and House approved Pam Bondi. Approve Mrs. Pam Bondi. She is our Attorney General. Hold on. Okay, for those that do not know who is Pam Bondi, she is the beautiful young lady on my thumbnail. She is the beautiful young lady on my thumbnail. She is very well prepared intellectually. That is because she is our Attorney General. For those that have no knowledge, what is an Attorney General? There are many on YouTube that do not know what an Attorney General is. An Attorney General is the chief legal officer and primary legal advisor for a government representing the state or the nation in legal matters, enforcing laws to protect public rights. They provide legal counsel to executive branches. They manage state and federal litigation and sometimes oversee. I hope everyone must repeat it again, because you must learn, and you will learn with Uncle Edwin. What is an Attorney General? What is an Attorney General? Again, an Attorney General, let me clarify. In the case of Pam Bondi, she is our nation's Attorney General. In other words, she is the Chief Attorney General of our nation, appointed by the President Trump, and she was approved. She was approved by the Senate and the House of Congress. In other words, a president can recommend someone to be Attorney General, but it must be approved by the Senate and by the House. I am talking about our nation's Attorney General. Now listen to this one. Every state has an attorney. Every state has an attorney. Let me find the correct word. Every state has a justice attorney. Every state has a justice attorney. Listen to this one. That way you will learn. In many states, in many of the 50 states, the position of a justice attorney, of an attorney justice, in many states, it is by election. In many states, in other words, if you are a lawyer and you are certified and you have an excellent record, in many states you can run to be the attorney of the state. To be the attorney of the state. In many states, every state is different. In many states, the governor of the state is the one that recommends, and then the Senate and the representatives of the state, they approve or disapprove. Let me repeat it again, that way you will learn. There are many Americans that have no knowledge of our system of government. And you must learn. You must learn and you will learn. Let me repeat this again. In many states, you can become the attorney of the state, but you have to submit yourself to an election. The people of the state, they vote you in. But that is not in all the states. There are some states that have that. But in the majority of the 50 states, including Puerto Rico, here in Puerto Rico, our governor makes a recommendation, and our local Senate and representatives, they must certify the nomination, just like in the federal government. So getting back to our attorney general, Miss Pam Bondi. May God bless her. May God bless her. She was nominated by our President Trump, and she was approved by the Senate and by the House of Representatives. They checked her out completely. Her background, everything. And she was certified. She was approved. So she has been our Attorney General for over a year already. Now check this out. Hold on, everyone, hold on. Let me read this again. That way everyone will know what is an Attorney General. An Attorney General is the chief legal officer and primary legal advisor for a government, representing the state or nation in legal matters, enforcing laws and acting as the people's lawyer. to protect public rights. They provide legal counsel to the president, that is the executive branch, and manage state and federal litigation, and sometimes oversee prosecutions. I hope everyone is clear. I hope everyone is clear. And again, every state of the 50 states, they have their chief attorney that represents the state. But the king of the attorneys, of the attorney generals, is Miss Pam Bondi. Miss Pam Bondi. We must be clear and we must learn. But every state has a chief attorney. That is the chief prosecutor. That is the chief prosecutor. That is the lawyer of the people. That is in other words, that is the king of district attorneys. The king of district attorneys. Hold on, everyone. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. I hope everyone is learning. Hold on, everyone. Okay, everyone. I am sorry. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Please pay attention to what you are going to see. It will be a minute and a half. And then after it, I will explain it.
The president, in fact, did know about his ties because he was the next door neighbor.
Shame on you.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
You're
This
from
is
a tiny,
pathetic.
beautiful
This is
state.
pathetic, Mr.
Committee will
Chair.
be in order.
I am not asking trick questions here. The American people have a right to know the answers to this.
You can let her filibuster all day long, but not on our watch.
Be clear.
Not on our time. No way.
Be clear.
And I told you about that, Attorney General, before you
You
started.
don't tell me.
No, I did tell you because we saw what you did in the Senate.
You're a lawyer. Not even a lawyer.
Committee will be in order. How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even investigating?
First, you showed it. I find it.
How many have you indicted?
Excuse me. I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question
How-
the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you can answer
theatrics
the
are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked it.
Chairman
How many
Jordan,
have you
I'm not
indicted?
going to get in the gutter with these people,
How
but
many-
I'm going to answer the question.
How many have you indicted?
Again, the time
You're
belongs.
claiming my time.
The time belongs.
I think it's very
Claiming
interesting.
my time.
I think it's very
Claiming my
interesting.
time.
You can
When
reclaim
he
your
talks
time.
about they
Claiming my time,
indicted,
Mr.
the
Chair.
president said they indicted him
Mr.
twice.
Chairman, please
They
stop the
sure
clock
did.
and
And
stop
he
the clock and
indicted.
restore his
Oh,
time.
okay. Here we go with these
Committee will be in order.
theatrics.
You
The time
claim my
belongs to
time
the
and
gentleman
back
from
the
New
clock,
York.
please.
We will give you a few more seconds. We will do that. But when you ask the question, the witness
question
gets to
was-
answer. You may not like the answer, but she
Right.
gets to
The
answer.
question was,
Okay, everyone. What you just saw, that happened during this week. Our Attorney General, Pam Bondi, was invited. She was invited to the House of Representatives. What you saw right now, that is a House committee. That is the House committee. And they were talking about the Epstein case. The Epstein case. Hold on for a second. I will return. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. I will return.
We got a brand new album out. It's called Raised on Radio. We're gonna play a little song from that album, cause the girl can't help it.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I am back. Hold on. Before I continue, let me read some comments from our distinguished chat family. Black Hat says, "Good morning, Edwin. Blessings to you and Mother Jimenez." Thank you, Black Hat. The same for you, for your dear wife and your dear son. Black Hat says, "My son called me from the Ukraine very early this morning, so I am up early." God bless your son. God bless your son, Black Hat. Cheech says, "Good morning, Edwin, and good morning, Black Hat." Cheech, God bless you. Black Hat says, "Cheech, good morning." Black Hat sends blessings to everyone, Black Hat says, "Thank you, Edwin." Cheech says, "So sorry to hear about Miss Carol's husband." Thank you, Cheech. Thank you, Miss Carol. I know that Miss Carol thanks you. I know that Miss Carol will thank you. And we thank you, Cheech. God bless you, Cheech. God bless you. And God bless the soul of Miss Carol's dear husband. Don Kietic says, "Edwin, good morning and happy Saturday. Hope you have a great weekend." The same, Don Kietic, the same. And we give you a big hug, Don Kietic. We give you a big hug. Black Hat says, "Good morning, Don Kietic." And Don Kietic says, "Good morning to everyone." And God bless everyone outside of the chat. God bless everyone outside of the chat. And those that have to hear this telecast will hear it by the grace of God. That is the way this channel works, by the grace of God. Okay, getting back to our dear Attorney General, Miss Pam Bondi. Let me explain something to you. I want everyone, take some time out. When you have time, it takes 1 minute and you will learn. Enter on YouTube, Pam Bondi. The hearings that took place this week at the House of Representatives. Listen to this one. That way everyone will learn. Let us say that I am a representative. Hold on. Let us make believe. Let me make believe that Puerto Rico is a state. Let us make believe that Puerto Rico is a state. Once Puerto Rico is a state, Puerto Rico will have two senators. Representing Puerto Rico in the Senate. And according And according to our population, which is approximately 3.2 million, if I am not mistaken, we have the right, being a state, and according to our population, we have the right to have 7 representatives, if I am not mistaken. Let us make believe that I was one of the representatives that represent Puerto Rico in Washington, in the House of Representatives. Let us say, I am giving an example because I want everyone to learn how the House of Representatives works. It is just like the Senate. Let us say that I am a representative in Washington, representing Puerto Rico, and I am in charge, and I, Uncle Edwin, representative of Puerto Rico, I represent the House Committee on the Epstein case. I am a representative, but I am in the committee. I am the boss. I am the boss of the House Committee on the Epstein case. Okay. Let us say that I, Uncle Edwin, I invite the Attorney General to the House. I invite the Attorney General to the House of Representatives for a hearing because I want the Attorney General to put me up to date on what she is doing with the Epstein case. That is what I want. That way she can inform us as the representatives and inform our nation what she is doing. Now, listen to this one. If you are a representative, also you can be a senator. The Senate, they have their own hearings. The Senate, they have their own hearings apart, and the representatives, they have their own hearings apart. If you are a senator, if you are a representative, and you invite the Attorney General, or you can invite anyone from the government. Listen to this one. You must be respectful. You see, you must, hold on everyone. Let me welcome Chris Capello. Chris Capello. Chris, God bless you. God bless you, Chris. And again, happy birthday to your son. Happy birthday to your son. During the week, we celebrated the birthday of Chris Capello's son. So Chris, God bless your dear son. And God bless you and your family. And Chris, be safe at your job. Be safe at your job. For those that did not know, Chris Capello, he is an engineer. He is a professional engineer. Be safe, Chris, be safe. Okay, getting back, because this is the point. This is the main point, the main message that I want to bring you all. You see, the representatives, they invited Miss Pam Bondi, but the majority of them, they were disrespectful. They were disrespectful. They were threatening with their comments. So how do they expect that our Attorney General informed them if they are in an aggressive mood, they are in a violent mood, and they are in a disrespectful mood. You see, that is what a lot of people do not understand. If you invite someone, that way they can give you information. You must learn to be respectful and tactful. The more respectful you are, the more tactful you are, the person will give you the information. You see, right now, in the short clip that I showed you, what they are doing, they are attacking, they are disrespecting our Attorney General. You see, you can disagree with a person. One thing is to disagree respectfully, but to attack, to disrespect, that is another. So the House of Representatives, how do they pertain? How do they expect that the Attorney General give them information? All they are doing is disrespecting the Attorney General. You see, once you start disrespecting a person, the person is going to lash back out of you, and the person is in protective mode. The same thing goes. Listen to this one. I have explained it before. If you have a channel on YouTube, if you have a channel activated on YouTube, listen to this one, and you invite a guest, on your panel, or anyone that you invite on your panel, if you want to get information out of them, you must treat them with respect, with courtesy, and with honor. There are many here on YouTube that invite people on their panels. All they do is insult them. And then you have the fights back and forth with the bad words. That is not professional. That is disrespectful. If you invite a guest to your panel and you want them to give you full information, you must treat them with respect. You see, these representatives of these different states that you saw in the clip, they must learn respect. That is not the way to conduct. That is not the way to conduct a hearing. That is not the way. That is not professional. That is not ethical. That is to come. They are wasting our money in Washington, D.C. We pay their salaries. That is not the way to interview an attorney general. That is not the way. The only way to interview the attorney general or any other high official in our government, respect, honor, and courtesy, to have basic manners. If you treat the attorney general, if you treat Ms. Pam Bondi with respect, with honor, and with manners, she will answer every question. There is no need for that fighting. That is disrespect. You see, that is what a lot of people here on YouTube must learn. They tell you, but you had a guest. You had a guest on your panel, and you did not ask the the aggressive questions. You see, aggressive questions, that is disrespect. Listen, you can ask any question you want, but it must be respectful. That is what a lot of people here on YouTube must learn. You can invite whoever you want on your panel for an interview. You must treat them with respect. That way they can give you all the information. But if you attack the person is not gonna give you no information whatsoever. You see, there are a lot of individuals that like to interview people attacking the person. That does not function. That does not function. Never forget that. If you have a channel and you invite someone as a guest for an interview, the more respectful you are, the more information that person will give you. But if you start attacking the person, and asking disrespectful questions, they are not going to answer you. They will kick themselves out of your panel. That is what happens. That is what happens with the Senate and House hearings. These senators, these representatives, they have no knowledge of how to interview a person. You interview a person with respect. The more respect you give the person, the more information you will get. And that is the way it is. A few weeks ago, Miss Angel Gotti, she did an interview. If I am not mistaken, with a future, I am sorry. Let me organize my English and Spanish. A few weeks ago, Miss Angel Gotti, she conducted an interview. It is in her YouTube library. If I am not mistaken, he was a retired police officer or a retired fireman. If I am not mistaken, a retired fireman, if I am not mistaken. Miss Angel Gotti interviewed that person with courtesy, with respect, with consideration. The interview was excellent. It is in her YouTube library. You see, that is the way to interview people, with respect. But if you interview someone with aggressiveness, with violence, you're not going to get nowhere. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. Let us welcome, just arrived at the red carpet. Let us welcome Mr. See No Evil. Mr. See No Evil. Let me repeat it. Let us welcome Mr. See No Evil. See No Evil. God bless you. God bless your family. And thank you for visiting Uncle Edwin. And See No Evil. God bless your dear friend. Suffering from brain tumor. May God, our prayers for See No Evil's dear friend. May God bless also See No Evil and his family. See No Evil, glad to see you, and God bless you. Getting back to what I was saying, if you have a channel activated, and you are inviting a guest on your panel, It can be anyone. It doesn't matter. It can be anyone. Treat them with honor. Treat them with respect. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. Let me read a message from See No Evil. See No Evil says, that is also a good way. That is also a good way. I am sorry. Let me organize my eyesight. Do not forget that I am 70 years old. Hold on, everyone. This is a message from See No Evil. That is also a good way to know the true nature behind a person's energy level and their ability to control their emotions when discussing different situations. Amen. Good comment, See No Evil. Good comment. The most important point, and then I'm going to close the telecast. It is now exactly, because I have to get to work, it is now 7:28 in Puerto Rico. It is a beautiful morning. The sun is out. The sky is blue. It is 75 cool. It is a cool 75. You can go to the beach. Here you can go to the beach every day. But Uncle Edwin is not going to the beach. And I have not been to the beach in over 20 years. I have not been to the beach in over 20 years, and I am surrounded by beaches. I am surrounded by beaches. But I have to get to work. I will be going to work in a few minutes. Hold on. It is now 7:29 and 6:29 on the East Coast. So to round off this important topic, God bless our Attorney General, Miss Pam Bondi. Miss Pam Bondi, our respect, and we wish her well. And to be clear, we must be clear. You can disagree. You can disagree with Miss Pam. You can disagree with her. There is no problem. But to attack, you see, to attack, that is harassment. That is harassment. That is what these representatives and these senators must learn. When they invite someone for a hearing, they must be treated with respect and honor. That way the person can feel comfortable. Before I close the telecast, let us say that way everyone. I am not referring to the people in the chat, but more to the people outside of the chat and people that will see this telecast. Let us say that See No Evil. See No Evil is the Attorney General of the United States of America, nominated by President Trump, approved by the Senate and the House. See No Evil. See No Evil is the Attorney General of our nation. Let us say that I am a representative in the House of Representatives, and I am in charge of the Epstein Committee, of the Epstein Case Committee, and I invite Attorney General See No Evil to a hearing in the House of Representatives. I am in charge of the committee. With me, there will be maybe a dozen other representatives that will be asking the questions. I am in charge of the head committee. An example, I tell all the representatives, All the questions are welcome, but you must be respectful. You must be respectful to our Attorney General. You can ask any question you want, but it must be respectful. Any representative that disrespects our Attorney General, see no evil. I will ask the Sergeant of Arms to escort you out. You see, that is the way to conduct. That is the way to conduct a hearing. It is the same way when you have a channel and you invite someone on your panel. If you have other people on the panel, and they start disrespecting your guest, you gotta kick them out. The same thing goes for the House and the Senate hearings. And this is important. This is really important. When you interview someone, be kind, be respectful, be tactful, and you will get all the information you want. But if you are disrespectful, if you are aggressive, you will not get nothing. In other words, if someone invites me to their panel and they start interviewing me with aggression, I kick myself out. And this is another. And this is my own personal life. If you raise your voice to me, there is no... Hold on, let me organize my English and Spanish. If you are speaking to me, and you raise your voice to me, that is the end. That is the end of the discussion. That is the end of the discussion. It is that simple. And that is the way I am, and that is the way the majority of people are. If you are speaking to someone and someone raises your voice to you, the end. The conversation has ended. The conversation has ended. I want everyone to learn that also. And another thing very important, if you raise your hand to me, let us say that I am talking to you face to face. This is an example. If you are talking to me face to face, I am talking about face to face, and you raise your hand, to me, and this will happen. This will happen. One will end up in prison and the other will end up dead. I am 70 years old. Anyone that dares raise their hand to Uncle Edwin, and I repeat this and I say this humbly and I sign it with blood, in the name of God and in the name of the Virgin Mary. If anyone, this can happen at any time. This can happen at any time. And thank God, to be clear, thank God it has never happened. It has never happened. But if anyone ever raises their hand to me, one will go to prison and the other will be dead. I sign it with blood. That is the way Uncle Edwin is. That is the way Uncle Edwin is. Let me repeat it again. It could happen at any time. One will go to prison and the other will be dead. It is that simple. That is the way I was raised, and that is the way I live my life. I walk straight at all times. I I respect people, but people must respect me. Do you understand? I respect people, but people must respect Uncle Edwin. I do not tolerate disrespect. It is that simple. And I do not hang out with scumbags. I do not hang out with scumbags. Plain as simple. If you are a scumbag, you are gone. It is that simple. If you are a scumbag, you are gone. This channel, this sacred channel that I have for decent people, this sacred channel for decent people, and for people that want to improve their life. Let me clarify something. You can have a criminal record. It doesn't matter. You can be in this channel. If you have a criminal record, there is no problem. But you must be humble and you must be willing. You must be willing to improve your life. But if you have a criminal channel, but if you have a criminal record and you are disrespectful and you have a bad attitude, you cannot be here. Let me repeat it again. If you have a criminal record, there is no problem. You are welcome here. But you must be honorable. You must be respectful. You must want to improve your life. You must want to improve your life. But if you have a bad attitude, you cannot be here. I hope I am clear. I hope I am clear. And I sign it with blood. I do not mess around. I sign it with blood in the name of God and in the name of the Virgin Mary. This is a serious channel with a serious purpose. I did not come on YouTube to fool around. Yes, sometimes I do kid jokes. They are kid innocent jokes. But I did not come around. I did not come on YouTube. I did not come on YouTube to waste my time and mess around. I'm not into that. I am not on YouTube to be with any gang or group. I stand by myself. I stand by myself and with God, period. That is how come I explained yesterday. That is how come I explain it, and I will explain it again. If I enter your chat, and you feel uncomfortable, you tell me, Uncle Edwin, you are not welcome in this chat. I do not say nothing. I leave. I will never go back again. You see, I do not need to be in gangs or groups. I hope everyone got it. Let me explain it again. If I enter your chat and you do not want me, there is no problem. First, I am not going to complain. Second, I am not going to disrespect you. Never. You have the right. Every content creator has the right to accept or not accept people. Let me repeat it again. Every content creator that goes live, if you go live, you have the right to accept or not accept people. If you do not like Dick Tracy, you are not obligated. You are not obligated to have to accept Dick Tracy in your chat. It is simple. You block Dick Tracy. If you do not like Uncle Edwin, it is simple. You block Uncle Edwin. You block Uncle Edwin, and don't forget to unsub. Don't forget to unsub. I want to be clear. I am not here to join gangs. I am not here to be part of any group. I do not need it. I do not need that. I do not need the validation of no one. I have the validation of God. And I have the validation of my dear wife of 48 years. That is all I need. Let me repeat it again. The only validation that I need is God's validation and the validation of Brother Jimenez, my wife of 48 years. I do not need the validation of no one on YouTube. And that is a fact. That is a fact. And again, I must be clear, and please forgive me. If I go into your chat and you do not like Uncle Edwin, again, there is no problem. I will never complain. I will never mention your name. Never. All you have to do, as soon as you see that I enter your chat, all you have to do, you, content creator, could be a man or could be a woman. You say, Uncle Edwin, you are not welcome here. As soon as you say that, but you must say it verbally. That way everyone will hear it. Do not text it, say it verbally. Once I go, let us say I visit Dick Tracy. Let us say I visit the Dick Tracy channel. And Dick Tracy feels uncomfortable with Uncle Edwin. Dick Tracy will say, Uncle Edwin, you are not welcome here. As soon as I hear Dick Tracy, I am gone. And I will never return. I will never complain. I will never come on this channel complaining about Dick Tracy like other people do. You see, I do not do that. Why? Because I have ethics. I have ethics. And I live by old school rules. I live by old school rules. Again, and also it goes both ways. If you do not like what I preach, if you do not like what I preach, it is simple. Block, unsub, block, unsub. I wish you well, and I give you a big hug. There are over 1 billion channels to choose from. There are over 1 billion channels to choose from. That is the way Uncle Edwin is, and that is the way I will always be. And this channel is not about likes, about subs, about views. This channel does not accept donations of any kind, gifts of any kind. Those that want donations, you are the ones that have to worry, not Uncle Edwin. I have no worries whatsoever. I have no worries whatsoever because I am not here for money. Those that are on YouTube for money, they are the ones that have to worry. I have no worries because I am not here for money. My channel that YouTube is lending me is not about money. So if you depend on donations, if you want donations, you are the one that has to worry. You have to worry about likes, about views, about subs, not Uncle Edwin, because I am not here for economic reward. So I hope everyone has learned something this sacred morning. Before I leave, I must welcome and bless Rottweiler. I must welcome and bless Rottweiler. Rottweiler, God bless you. God bless you and your family. And thank you always, Rottweiler, for coming to visit Uncle Edwin. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Before I close, before I close, because I am on schedule. Hold on. It is now 7:47 here in Puerto Rico and 6:47 on the East Coast. Before I close this award-winning telecast that will be seen by over 2 billion here on YouTube, and I profess it with the faith that I have in God. Today, we celebrate Valentine's Day. Today, we celebrate Valentine's Day. What is the true meaning of Valentine's Day? What is the true meaning of Valentine's Day? What is the true meaning? If you are married, honor your wife. Honor your wife. If you are not married and you have a girlfriend, honor your girlfriend. Honor your girlfriend. The same in reverse. The women that are married, you honor your husband if you are married. You honor your boyfriend if you have a boyfriend. I am talking about one. I am talking about one. They are people, listen to this one. This is the icing on the cake. They are individuals on YouTube promoting adultery. Imagine that. Look at them. Look at the mentality. That is a demonic mentality. They are individuals on YouTube that promote adultery. Imagine that. You are promoting adultery. You are a demon. You are a demon. You are a demon. If you promote adultery, you are no good. You are a piece of shit. That is what you are. Let me repeat it again. If you promote adultery, you are a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. Everyone, please forgive me that I am using the expression, but we must be clear. If you promote adultery, you are a piece of shit. The true meaning of Valentine's Day, it is to honor. It is to honor your wife. It is to honor your girlfriend. One. If you are married, you honor your wife. In other words, if you are married, you cannot have a girlfriend. That is unacceptable, and that is a sin. That is a mortal sin. And that is the way it is. That is the law of God. If you are married, you will honor your wife. I am talking to the men. If you are a woman and you are married, you will honor your husband. If you have a girlfriend, you will honor your girlfriend and only your girlfriend. Every man should have one woman. Every woman should have one man, period. Imagine, they are individuals. Listen to this one. They are individuals that promote adultery. That is unacceptable, and that is the swamp. That is a person that promotes adultery. A person that promotes adultery is that person is a demonic being. That is a devil. That is a demonic human being. We must be clear. If you promote adultery, you are a demon. You are a demon from hell. And those that applaud it, what is the matter with you people? What I am talking in general. I asked myself this morning, what is the matter with you people? Who raised you? Who raised you? It is inconceivable. It is inconceivable that a human being here on YouTube promoting adultery, that is like promoting murder. It is like promoting murder. Imagine that. It makes no sense. How can you go on the air to promote adultery? It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. It is unbelievable. Rottweiler says, Edwin, is it okay to buy my wife a new vacuum for Valentine's Day? Rottweiler, listen to your Uncle Edwin. If you buy a vacuum cleaner for your wife, for Mrs. Rottweiler, listen to your Uncle Edwin. Take the vacuum and crush it on Rottweiler's head. That is my response, Rottweiler. Rottweiler, don't you dare buy a vacuum cleaner for Mrs. Rottweiler. Don't you dare do it. Don't you dare do it. You will buy red roses. You will buy chocolates. And I would advise you, take your wife to the jewelry store. Take your wife to the jewelry store. Let her select a piece of jewelry of her choice. That is the correct way. That is the correct way, vacuum cleaner. I am calling Rottweiler the vacuum cleaner. Rottweiler, don't you dare buy your wife a vacuum cleaner. Mrs. Rottweiler, take the vacuum cleaner and crush it on top of Rottweiler's head. Rottweiler, God bless you. God bless you, and God bless Mrs. Rottweiler. And we give you a big hug. We give you a big hug. Today, Rottweiler will go to a jewelry store and buy his wife a Rolex, and buy his beautiful wife a Rolex. That is the correct way to do it. I hope everyone got it this morning. I hope everyone got it. I know. Rottweiler, I know. I am kidding with you. But Rottweiler, wear a helmet. God bless Rottweiler. God bless Rottweiler. But all kidding aside, everyone, the most important, listen to this one. Listen to the words of Uncle Edwin. I have been married for 48 years. For 48 years. The best way to honor your wife, it is not the gifts, it is your behavior. It is your behavior. Be loyal, be honorable to your wife. Be honorable and be loyal to your wife. And listen to this one. Listen to this one. Men that have, this is for the men. This is for the men, and with this I close. This is for all the men. If you are married, if you have a girl, if you have an official girlfriend, and you have an extra woman, you are disrespecting your wife. And this is important. Listen up, men. Men that have many women. Listen up. Men that have many women. They have nothing. They are broke. They have nothing, and they will never have nothing. And they die, and they will die in a dirty mattress on the floor. Let me repeat it. They are men that glorify themselves that they have a lot of women. Let me repeat it. They are men that glorify themselves that they have a lot of women. Men like that, they are broke, they have nothing, and they die in a dirty mattress on the floor. And that is a fact of life. Men that glorify themselves, that have a lot of women, they have nothing. They have nothing. And they die broke on a dirty mattress on the floor. So today, Valentine's Day, the true meaning, honor your wife, honor your girlfriend. Honor your wife and honor your girlfriend. Be a one-man woman. Be a one-man woman. Every man should have one woman, period. Every man should have one woman, period. Men that have many women, they are unsuccessful and they die broke. They die broke and they have nothing. And that is a fact of life. Rottweiler, God bless you. Black Hat, God bless you. See no evil, God bless you, see no evil. Hold on, I don't want to miss no one. Everyone is important. Don Kietic, God bless you, Don Kietic. Chris Capello, God bless you. Cheech, God bless you, Cheech. And again, Black Hat, Don Kietic, Cheech. Hold on, I hope I haven't missed no one. And as always, God bless Miss Angel Gotti. God bless Miss Angel Gotti. God bless Miss Carol Mahale. And my good friend always, Uncle Tindu. Uncle Tindu, God bless you, Uncle Tindu. God bless you. Uncle Tindu will go on today at 2:30 Eastern Time. Uncle Tindu will go on today, 2:30 Eastern Time. Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. and Mrs. Tindu. Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. and Mrs. Tindu. And God bless everyone else. God bless everyone else. God bless everyone that is outside of the chat, and those that have to hear the message will hear it. God bless our Attorney General. God bless our Attorney General, Ms. Pam Bondi, and our President, Donald Trump. And everyone, have a happy Valentine's Day. Have a happy Valentine's Day and safe. And safe.
diciéndoselo, que algo mejor se merece. Perdiendo su tiempo sigue, sabiendo que no me pertenece. Y desde que la conocí, se va con su amiga para la disco, pero cuando le sube la nota, siempre vuelve a mí. Me dice, vida mía, yo sé que tengo que dejar que tú hagas tus locuras. Tú mi locura, baby. Pasan las horas y más me pide más. No se cansa, parece no tener final. Lo nuestro es una locura. Tú mi locura, baby. Pasan las horas y más me pide más. No se cansa, parece no tener final. Lo nuestro es una locura. Una locura. Me encanta cuando lo hacemos en la cura. Antes de llegar con la foto me tortura. Se vuelve loca si le aprieto la cintura. Y es mi baby, que pasa toda la noche apretadita conmigo. Nadie sospecha porque ni por las redes la sigo. Solo somos amigos como Pica y Shakira. Yo en mi cama la cuido, mi baby, que pasa toda la noche apretadita conmigo. Nadie sospecha porque ni por las redes la sigo. Solo somos amigos como Pica y Shakira. Yo en mi cama la cuido, mi baby. Tú mi locura, baby.